Necroxix, welcome to the Sinking City. So this is a action/investigation-based horror game that deals with a lot of the Lovecraftian style of mythos. I just not long ago played Call of Cthulhu, so I'm sure I'll get a lot of memory flashbacks, since, you know, all Lovecraftian games look alike, right? Not necessarily. There is a little bit of drama surrounding this game. So when you go to the Steam page for this and go to the forums, it's just pages upon pages of people that are very unhappy. And it seems that the game, shortly before it was going to be released, did the old exclusive switcheroo to Epic Game Store, and basically it won't be on Steam for a year. And a lot of people are mad about that. I don't even have anything to say about that. Like, the publishers will get they'll reap what they sow, is the way I'm thinking at this point. I don't have much else to say, so let's just go ahead and start. And first impressions, there's a lot of settings, so that's already off to a good start. New game. Previous autosaves, well, yes. Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested, I've researched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmount, Mass. It turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmount, haunted by visions similar to yours. A city drowning, the presence of something great yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment and the person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself, then come to Oakmont as soon as you can. I'll meet you here to help you on your way. Cordially, John, some guy, whatever. I'll press any button. Ooh, movie time. It's Cthulhu. She might have a bit of psychosis. Horses don't like water. No, don't go out. Oh, I am not gonna like this. Ship. So I've already adjusted my mouse sensitivity settings, so we should be good to go. I'm looking awfully Indiana Jones. Now it seems this game does deal with like a sanity system of some sort, according to the instructions. Not sure exactly how that's going to work, as I'm going in mostly blind. I can teabag. Oh, that rotates fast.
Hope I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
Damn right we will. Oh, I have to hold. Okay, so hold the left mouse. Is there a crafting system? It looks like there is. A letter from J. Von der Berg. Not to be confused with the Borg. Dear Charles Reed, as you requested, I've researched the outburst of... Oh, we already read this on the thing already. I don't know how to... T for more information. Okay, so this is the tutorial information. We've already read this. Oh no, it's one of these type of games. Okay. Got it. I think the main part of the game involves like investigation type stuff. So I'm sure we'll become much more intimately familiar with that. Holding camera. Key evidence collected. How do I... What is this? I don't know.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Monolith National Park is waiting for you. Oakmont Shipping Company. So how do I do this? Let me see if I can hit T. Evidence. A white frame and get evidence. Interact with objects. White frame in the camera viewfinder. How do I get the camera viewfinder? Maybe I need to check the controls. Interact. Mind's eye. It doesn't say. Yeah, I have a flashlight. Hell yeah. I don't know if it uses batteries. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I figured out how to meet him. Moving on. Oh god, water. Oh no, and people. How do I use this? I don't understand. Settings, control. Aim with the right mouse, maybe? It doesn't tell me. I feel like I need. Not sure what Mind's Eye does either. Maybe they'll tell me later, I don't know.
Now get out!
What? Rude.
Now get out!
What the fuck? So this place looks awfully familiar.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed.
In the flesh.
What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
I know, right?
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
Oh. Nice suit. Kebab.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throckmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
Uh-huh.
How can I find Mr. Throckmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
Just like you in your pimp suit. I need somewhere to stay.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
I judge a book by its pictures.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
Can I go by pogo stick?
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
Yeah, I got this. I got this. Don't even worry about it.
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought, like moths drawn to...
I'm not a moth.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
I love to stay in chat, but goodbye.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Uh-huh. Map. Ooh. Oh, I can place mark. Oh, this place looks pretty big. Oh, shit. A key to a room in the Devil's... Mystery treasure and stuff. So you can place like marks and stuff. It has a like Morrowind-esque style radar. I would really like to know how to do something about this. I don't know how. I wonder if there's like flashlight batteries or something. No. That didn't really say anything. Find Robert and key to a room. Alright, let's go that way. So I swear like every Lovecraftian game I've ever played always seems to start out in a city like this. It's always like on the shores arriving. Always very gloomy, people are just... What's the matter?
Hey, knock it off!
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Only the most favorite seafood. hell are you doing?
The end is nigh. It will begin again. What is down comes up. The seed is sowed.
That's not how gravity works. Can I push him off the edge? Oh, I can't push him like the other guy. Well, okay then. Under the keel bar. Visually, the game looks quite nice. And they have a good anti-aliasing method. Probably temporal. Oh.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is final.
It's a monkey man. What?
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
And you're a monkey.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Yeah, I'm the best.
Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. But he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers. Mark my words.
I don't trust your words. You're a monkey.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouther-ridden city will do a damn thing.
Who cares?
But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the Shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees?
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins. My father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
Yeah, you keep thinking that.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera, you have a point, newcomer.
Tell me about the Jungle King.
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Tame, did you not listen at all?
Not really.
I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to their house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Okay. Oh, maybe I should ask
Where's
him
the
where.
house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
Okay.
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
I'm gonna take my time, bitch. So, I guess we've got some locations and stuff. It'll take me a while to get used to this. Yes, we go here. Yeah, this guy's definitely got some interesting features. I will become the Jungle King. Oh, I don't see nothing. Case closed. Not sure what that does. At least not yet. Oof, I'm so friggin'. I'm so tired. Oh no, me frames. There's nothing here. Oh. Like a zombie Hitler or something. What the heck?
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Hi.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay.
I'm Indiana
Charles
Jones.
Reed, Private Eye.
Private Eye.
Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis, we were here. This is our house. Barry was outside, on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... okay, my head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing, just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me...
That sounds familiar. Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was add or starve.
Yeah, they're both good options.
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Kay be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea where Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay have mercy on his soul.
Who is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. K is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know. I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself.
They worship a god called
Please,
K.
Detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or K? Did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
I'm afraid of what you might dream too. I'm not a What the heck? When I was walking up to that corpse, what I think was the mana bar started going down.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Yep, they simply walked right through the wall, busting it open.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Oh. Actually, I'm kind of curious. It must be tied to sanity. Let's see what happens as I go insane. Ooh. So I'm being attacked by a monster? So, if you go insane, hopefully I'm gonna let it go all the way. Let's see what happens. So this is maximum insanity. Want a piece of this? I want to see what happens if I die. Like, is it gonna load me from the last checkpoint? Guess so. So, try not to go insane.
My head! I still hear those voices.
Okay, so while it loaded me out there, it didn't, like, revert the dialogues back, so...
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
So yeah, let's avoid going crazy. So going into this mind's eye thing brings you towards insanity as well. Metal scrap.
Choo choo. Ahem.
Choo choo doo doo.
Choo choo. Ahem.
That's a safety hazard.
5 cards short of a full house. I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Hey. Mind's eye, press Q to activate. Doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot of anything.
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
Supposed to do some. Oh.
Glenna, Nehri, Glenna, Gebheil, Nugulena, Haftin.
We'll get to you too, bud. Retrocognition, that is. Expect enough evidence on the scene and a vision will emerge. Step into it and find all the critical scenes. Oh. Yeah, that looks safe and legit.
Take this, ape face.
Ape face. Hey, that's discrimination. That's ignorant.
What's happening?
I have no idea what's happening. In fact, you know more than I do.
Yeah, run!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Yeah, run!
Oh,
Yeah, run!
so we're just marking these in the order that we think it
Take
happened.
this, ape face.
I would assume the running away happened last.
What's happening?
Yeah, run!
Nope. So here he's... I don't know. Unless this was the first thing. Oh, he saw this,
What's happening?
then either this or...
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Neato. I was losing sanity. I mean, that seems kind of cool.
I'm surprised
Overall.
they don't have someone's portrait here.
Okay, so I am now resuming where we left off. The last thing we did, I suddenly had to lay down. I cannot even describe. I just felt messed up. And I gotta remember, like, we're still learning how to play this game, and it's saying Mind Palace, so I'm guessing I have to do something in here. Mind Palace? Albert attacked fishermen. Although Albert attacked the fishermen at their house. Oh, wait. Albert attacked the fishermen at their house as soon as he regained consciousness. Oh, I can do deductions. You guys can't. Lewis. Albert. Okay. when wounded. Okay, I guess it doesn't like that. Oh. Okay, I guess there's a little trial and error going on here. Albert was dangerous and posed a threat to Lewis, Flynn, and his fellow fishermen. R for clues. I can track down Albert. Albert and the fisherman named Lewis fled the scene after the fight in the house. I can track them using my supernatural sense. Of course. Of course. Albert returned unstable. As an Innsmouther, Lewis and his people suffered at the hands of the Throgmortons. I don't know how to pronounce that. Oh shit. Is that Rune script? Hey Rune! I'm a detective PI. I have superpowers. Just like in real life. Let's look at the rest of these clues. Nope, we lost Rune already. I guess he just popped in for a split moment to be like, what's up? Robert's request wants to find his son. Will Hammond's testimony. Doesn't remember anything. Yeah, that was the dude at the inside this house. House brawl. And I can track down Albert. Oh, I might have unlocked this from the Mind Palace. Albert and the fisherman named Lewis fled the scene after the fight in the house. I can track them using my supernatural. Let's see if there was anything else up there before we leave. So we did like a order sequence. It kind of reminds me of, what game was it? Was it the Ethan Carter one? We had to like piece together things in certain chronological orders. Whoa. Oh, what is this?
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
Not really. I mean, it's just a dresser, or shelving or something. Alright, I guess we can try and follow that dude. My question also is, do I have a camera? Because I thought we picked one up, but maybe not. I only see my inventory shows a weapon and a... I don't even know how to equip my weapon. That's great. I know how to melee. Like that. I don't know what weapon I'm using. Ooh. Can I go out there? Oh, hello. There's more stuff. Okay. Okay. I keep pressing E to interact.
This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
Maybe I should reconfigure that. Put my melee on the left. I don't know, I might mess up my other controls because I don't know how to shoot yet.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
Too bad they don't have Kindles with e-ink. Actually, those aren't all that waterproof either, now that I think about it. So where is... okay, over here. There's the hole that we saw him having jumped out of. Oh. He's actually pointing that... oh. Oh, cool. What does the map show us, though? Like, this... I can track down Albert. I'm assuming it... no, it probably doesn't. Hold on, let me regenerate that little bit of sanity. Sure is a lot of handprints. What have we got here? Sooner or later I'm going to accidentally hit somebody and the game's going to be like, a shell casing.
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
Indeed. I'm gonna remap that J to my I key. Settings, controls. It just makes more sense for me. The default was C, but I changed C to crouch because that's what it's for. Damn it. Lewis may have wanted Albert dead. Lewis may have wanted to kill Albert outright because he was a Thorgmorton rather than just drive him off. I guess they don't like monkey men. Hey, Celestial Fae. How are yas? I'm Necroxix, P.I. Or maybe it's P.U. I have been known to produce some odor. What is it? Oh.
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high.
I just noticed
Robert wasn't
the
exaggerating
whole
when he said he
world
raised him
is
strong.
bobbing. This game looks so good. So far it's okay. The reviews I've read were not too stellar, but it looked interesting to me, and they love Lovecraftian stuff. I'll be screaming for Cthulhu in no time. Wants me to go in here, does he? Arl. I am in the warehouse, warehousing it up. Oh. That superpower's not bad, I guess.
There's something in the pocket.
So take it out. Bloodstained note. Lewis, please just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't yet have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly with the fuzz snooping about the port. But don't worry, I've struck a nice deal with the proper people and should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week and I'll return everything with double interest, Peter. Going to assume it's not Peter Pan. But just in case, keep an eye out for men in tights.
Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
We are the men in tights. Oh my god, I see Anju. I see Anju. I'm the Necroxix. Oh, shit. Got some gunpowder. That's a rather fancy looking little cash register. I still remember like the coolest experience with cash registers is still from it was one of the Home Alone movies where he was like in the toy store and like they had like some crazy cool looking cash registers. Like holy crap.
And the blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
But how does it taste? Does it taste like blood? That's the question. Fish canning factory. Doesn't look like much of a factory to me. This looks like someone's basement. Like all this space and no servers. Wow, it's... Press T for more information. Oh, padlocks. Only planks. Okay, so I can immediately... Okay. Easy. Hey. Look up your screen. Whoa! Whoa! There's monster. There was a monster. Get ripped. What the fuck are you? I gained 15 experience. And I lost some health. I'm not sure if health regenerates or not. Do you need health packs, maybe? It would be nice if I knew how to use my gun. Because right now I don't know. The game has yet to teach me combat, maybe. Crouched. Some enemy ammo. Guns are not going to reload themselves. How do I use it? Like... Because I have a weapon right there. I just don't know how to equip it. Maybe aim with the right mouse. Maybe I just can't use my thing yet. Perhaps. Because, like, the right mouse doesn't actually do anything. That, or maybe I need to actually... No, we've already picked up the gun. I don't think I need to craft it. We already picked it up. Like, in the beginning of the game, they gave this to me and I picked it up. I think crafting just makes bullets for it. Because you can see gunpowder and shell casing. And alcohol and springs apparently will craft first aid. So, I'm not sure what the deal is with that yet. But I'm positive I have it. And it looks like I have 6 bullets at that. I haven't even tried to explore this mess yet. Requires knowledge points. Don't have any. Bigger. Yeah, we'll look at this stuff later. Albert spread hysteria around him. Albert spread some sort of psychic influence which made everyone nearby suffer hysteria. I know how to use my flashlight, but
One fatal round through the forehead.
Oh.
That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Whoa. And yeah, we don't want to lose sanity, because all evidence collected. Hey, there's another one of those monster things. Lewis, the Innsmouther that killed Albert, may be hiding at the bar in the port. Interesting. So he's, whatever that family lineage is, they're all monkey men, and oh my god, my views go wacky, holy. When we tested earlier, what happens if I let the insanity take over? Like suddenly, like monsters spawned and eventually killed me. Or will I let it kill me? There's nothing over there. I'm gonna explore the rest of this place. I thought I saw an upstairs. Yeah. Never mind. So I'm still learning how to use the map and all this other stuff. It says all evidence collected, and now it's marked in green. What isn't? So here's my other problem. I want to go here, I guess, for a sec, because this is where we started the game. And oh, I can mark with. I'm gonna die, man. I did. I took damage. God damn it. There was something here that I could not figure out. And I don't know if it was just a button I didn't know how to press or what, but here, I'll show you really quick, because the game didn't really tell me anything. It's like there's a camera icon right there, and what's this? Oh, thought we clicked this. However, I can't seem to interact with it in any way. And I don't know if there's simply a different button to go into. Hold pin evidence. Mind's... Unless it relates to the mind's eye, but that doesn't seem like it. I don't know, like, maybe I don't have a camera, perhaps? It's hard for me to tell, I'm not really sure. Man, one of these anchors must weigh so freaking much. I just talked to Mr. Monkey Man.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
Good news.
No.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true.
There's also a monster. I killed it.
No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
I mean, if you don't believe it, I can show you. It's like 2 houses down.
Mr. Throgmorton. I had hoped for a happier outcome.
Your condolences will not bring him back. So much of our blood spilt for nothing. So much effort in vain. My poor Albert. Tell me you know who did it. I want to look him in the eyes, make him beg for mercy.
Seems like he was a fisherman by the name of Lewis. He had a gun and pursued Albert after he fled the house.
Lewis it is, then. What do you know?
How's the volume, by the way?
Turns out you were right. He's an Innsmouther.
Those filthy scum have done it now. When I'm through with them, they will rue the day they dared lay a finger on a Throgmorton. Bring me that dirtbag, Lewis. He and I are due a reckoning. Do this for me, and I'll help you with anything you need.
I need money and I need women. You can keep the men. Yeah, he's a monkey man. And just like that corpse we found, that was his son. Also, monkey man. I don't know what the deal there is, but he seems to be mighty proud of being a monkey man. So Who am I to judge? Lewis may be at the bar. Very well then. So I think as long as I don't collect everything, it doesn't turn green. But let's go... where's this bar? Man, is it way out there somewhere? I have no fucking idea. Where's this? I don't know. I'm going to... I don't even know how to undo that mark. Let's go to this key thing, I guess. I think that's the hotel where our thingy, our room is. Maybe that'll actually progress to the beginning of the game. That might give me access to like the rest of my tools or something, perhaps. Bar under the key. Hi there, guys. I love your eyeshadow.
The port is closed by order of Robert Throgmorton. Back off.
How am I supposed to get to my room? Wait, by order of who?
The port
Robert?
is closed by order of Robert Throgmorton.
That's
Back off.
that's the monkey man. This guy looks shady.
You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around.
Oh, yeah. Hey, got a spare bullet, fella? I ain't eaten in days.
Haven't eaten in days, but you're asking for bullets. Hey, Fifi. Long time no see. Last time we were delving and stuff in PoE.
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Yeah, I'm a bit burned out. I've been a little off for the last few days. I was playing it on and off, but
Come closer, troubled soul.
I died like
Let me
4
tell
times
you
or 6
what your
times
future
yesterday.
holds.
You're some kind of, fortune teller?
Yes, my dear, yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Nonsense, wench.
Seems a little generic, don't you think?
I see many things, boy. And I will tell you them in detail.
Boy?
For a small fee.
Alright, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you.
You take bottle caps?
I don't smoke.
Like, I'm not giving you a bullet.
Some other time. Maybe.
As you wish.
Yeah, I spent like 1 day or so delving in the 60 to 65 level range. Just kept going to the right. Like a couple thousand points and you can just go for hours and hours and hours. It didn't feel very productive though.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you
White
want?
Russian.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
Just give me a white Russian.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton, son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Rock. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have him.
So?
He's upstairs. Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with him once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
Smart
no deal.
Man. There's your good deed for the
I'm
day.
gonna shoot him on the bed so that you guys have to clean it up.
I've seen some unsettling creatures around. Like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
Bye.
Hey, knock it off!
Yeah, I was doing a lot of PoE map.live stuff, trying to unlock as much of everything map-wise. I think I have up to like tier 13 or so completely done. Then I kind of, things are a little dried up, and the problem is I couldn't really do the leaks, like on those red maps. Every now and then they just insta-kill me. I had one map where, like, a general that was just, like, insta-killing every one of my pets and, like, moved at the speed of light and just insta-killed me. It's like...
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Art. Hey, she's holding her boob. They're like, strike a pose. How about this? I'll just grab my boob. Be like, okay.
What the? Get the... Oh. What the? Get the... Oh.
Oh, okay then. Like, I sure hope they teach me how to use the gun before I'm supposed to shoot that guy, because...
Hey, who are you?
Ew.
What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Some kind of a fish man.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You know who this guy reminds me of? His face. You guys remember the movie Hellraiser? Like, Hellraiser 2, the second one. There was this weird creature in the labyrinth. I think it was technically called the Engineer. And it, like, walked, like, on the walls, kind of like hanging off the ceiling. This guy's face looks an awful lot like that thing.
You shot to kill.
Nightmare fuel.
No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
TFT? What's that? Why do you... Oh, fuck you, Razor. Why do you look like that?
What kind of... why do you... your face...
What species are you?
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you?
Yeah, why not?
Want to spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
You may be proud, but you ugly. Like, just do.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine.
And masks.
The city denied it all.
You need paper bags for your head.
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun.
That I don't know how to
Answer
use.
the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please.
No.
I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
Then they'll starve.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds.
Oh?
I still have a few bullets on me.
What else you got?
You think you're the first person to offer me a bribe?
Please, Mr. Reed.
Now, don't try my patience further, Mr. Flynn.
Yeah, you're not gonna get any pity from me. Of course, this is heartless. And you are just so... Like, imagine waking up and seeing someone like this. So what is this game about? I don't know. It's mostly a detective type game. It's Cthulhu, or sorry, Lovecraftian inspired. Oh, hello there, little lady. It looks like our guy suffers from some kind of thing, and I guess he has the opportunity to learn about it or something like that. I don't know. There's somewhere in outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city. Seems to be something he's experiencing as well. I don't know. Lewis was aware of what he was doing during the fight. Yeah, so far it's alright. It feels a bit slow, and I still don't know how to use my gun or how to use the camera. Mind pal is still said. Oh. Oh, look how evil he looks. Psychic influence or not, Lewis was out to murder Albert. He had a motive too, the mutual hatred between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. I must tell Robert the truth and bring the murderer to justice. Maybe I should have taken his bribe before I went to get him, before I get him killed. Maybe I could get the best of both worlds. Okay, so this is green. That means we got everything we can do. We didn't do everything dare do.
You want a drink?
Yes.
You want a
Yes.
drink?
Give me a drink. Oh, you suck. I'm not too big on detective stuff myself. Usually I'm just like not mentally 100% there. The exception might have been like this Chinese game we played where I was like really into it. But yeah. Observer was awesome. Not to be confused with Observation, which I did not like. But Observer was pretty damn cool. I enjoyed it.
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something,
What? I don't have all day.
some unusual creatures. And they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately, not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible. And when you can't, keep your weapons handy.
I don't even know how to shoot.
Just as I suspected, the Innsmouther Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender. Seems like he had a bone to pick with your family and took it out on Albert.
I only have one.
Oh, that scum won't be
One
getting
liquid
off
I vape.
easy. The whole city shall see what happens when you cross the Throgmortons. Justice, bittersweet as it is, shall be served. It's rare for a newcomer to make himself so useful. Thank you.
Take me with your wallet.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Okay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
So, I DIY my own recipe. I've been vaping it for a few years now, exclusively. The recipe name is Addie's Yogurt. It's Greek yogurt and various fruits. Trying to find the source of my visions.
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I needed to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
Tell me more.
A geological expedition. I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the Flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've tried other flavors. I used to be big on like RY4, but now it's just like I found something I like and it works, that's it. I used to have a main recipe I would make for energy drink.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the Flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture. A sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
You mentioned the Flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster?
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
Oh, yeah?
I'm sorry, Mr. Throgmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about
Yeah,
my
give me money.
expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the Flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Should have just brought ammo with us. We could live like a king. Revolver. Yeah, I'm used to eating like the same foods for long periods of time. I have weird habits. Key to headquarters. I would love to know how to equip this shit. That would be great. Because it's like I have a revolver now. I don't know how to use it. Maybe the numbers. Nope. I don't know how to equip my gun. Feels like I should know how to. Unless maybe I have to craft ones first or something. Nope. I just crafted another bullet, but I don't know how to use it. Trying to see if there's any buttons or something that... I see nothing. It says aim with the right mouse.